So my name is Peter and I'm a volunteer with weightlifting at the World Masters Games.
Great stuff, Peter. And what do you get out of volunteering? What benefits does it bring to you?
Look, I was paid staff for the Sydney Olympics for 2 years, and I got an enormous amount out of working in the organising committee for that time, to see how a large multi-event actually works on, or is planned and organised on the inside and then delivers. And I got such a lot out of that experience that I volunteered for weightlifting at the 2006 Commonwealth Games, and am now volunteering again at the World Masters.
So what motivated you? It's quite a lot to give up your free time. You could be doing many other things. What's the motivation?
Well, I think if I can just step back one, because I actually had volunteered 1 day per week for this entire year, working in the organising committee for the World Masters. Mm-hmm. And the area that I was working in there was in logistics, basically organising the stuff into and out of the warehouse into the 73 venues. And then I moved from that into obviously volunteering for weightlifting now. I mean, it's just, it's really for me the only chance I have to really use the skills that I've developed and the contacts that I've done and put it to good use for a community event. And it's just fantastic then at games time to see international athletes from all different countries coming together to compete. It really is such a joy, and that's the reason, for me it's a way of giving back to the sport, and in a larger sense giving back to the community as well.
Have you faced any challenges as a volunteer?
I think what I prefer to focus on instead of challenges is the joys. And for me, getting on the train late at night with a volunteer from weightlifting who was managing a press, and that volunteer talking to the Japanese weightlifters on the train and taking a photo of them was really sort of an unexpected moment. And they couldn't speak English, we couldn't speak Japanese, but it really was, a sense of a broader community, and that is something unexpected that you don't actually ordinarily get.
That's great. And any sort of words of encouragement for people who might be on the fringes thinking about volunteering but aren't quite sure?
Well, I think, there's two ways to volunteer with an organising committee and a large event, and that's actually to volunteer within the organising committee prior to the event and then in the event itself. For me, it's given me an exposure to another sport which I really had no idea about prior to the event, and it's that exposure that gives me a greater understanding. So obviously when I'm seeing the Olympics again on TV next time around, I have a greater sense of understanding of what's happening, not only on camera but also behind the scenes as well.